Lately, I've been getting a lot of questions about HOAs or homeowners associations. People want to know, what do they really mean? Are they good? Are they bad? And then sometimes people just flat out tell me, I don't want to be in a community where there's HOAs. But then the more I talk to them, I realize, well, maybe it's just one aspect of the HOA that might be an issue. So we got to explore a little deeper. So I thought, let's make a video about that to help you understand what does living in a homeowners association or with a homeowners association really mean. Hi, I'm Jill Thomas, and each week I bring new videos and fresh content about moving to the beautiful Sunshine State, sunny Florida, here on the west coast of Sarasota, what it's like to live here, and then of course, all things real estate. So if you've been thinking about making a move to Florida, then this is the channel for you. So be sure to tap that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and keep on watching. And then, as always, if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call, text me, email me. I would be so happy to talk to you and answer any of your questions. As I mentioned, I get a lot of questions about homeowners associations, so here's a video to cover it. And so today I'm going to bring you 4 quick tips or quick thoughts about what homeowner associations are all about. And at the end, I've got a really good bonus tip for you, so be sure to stick around to listen to that one. Number 1, every association offers something different. Some places have the coolest amenities. Gorgeous resort style pools, great fitness centers. There could even be a full-time activities director where they have regular activities and functions and events. Sometimes there's just tennis courts, pickleball courts, shuffleboard, bocce ball, really nice playgrounds, things for kids. And even at the resort style pools, they might even have a separate pool area for children, little wading pools, just really nice things. And then some associations will do things to make life a little easier for the homeowners. Maybe, like I said, even for the single family homes, they're mowing the grass, they're maintaining all the yards, maybe not trimming up all the little plants that are right around the perimeter, but taking care of the bulk of all of that yard work for you. There could be a gate or guard at the front of the neighborhood. And then sometimes they'll even pressure wash the tile roofs once a year just because they want everything to remain clean and tidy and looking really, really nice. Now, other associations don't offer as much. I had some customers that built in a community where they weren't looking for all of those amenities. They said, no, we're gonna have our own pool. Our boys or kids can do the yard work for us. We don't need any of that. We don't wanna pay extra to have those things. So there's an electric gate at the front, and then the association also just maintains the perimeter. I don't know if there's a fence or wall on the outside. And then there's a lot of extra preserved ground and some open grassy spaces. So the association does keep just those areas trimmed, but they don't mow the individual homeowners' yards. And then, like where I live, there's no gate, there's no guard. They do maintain the perimeter. They do a little bit of that lawn mowing here and there in a couple places, and they maintain the signs at the 2 front entrances that we have, the 2 main entrances, and that's it. So every association does offer something different. Number 2, every association charges something different. As you can imagine, the more you play, the more you pay. So the more stuff you have in your neighborhood, then the higher the dues are gonna be. And then also it depends on how many residents there are, how many homes there are in that neighborhood, because a bigger neighborhood is going to spread those expenses over more people. But if the neighborhood's a lot smaller, then it's gonna cost more money to maintain that swimming pool or maintain the gate or pay a guard at the front. So you're gonna see higher dues in that case. But keep in mind that not all associations are gonna have really high dues. Where I live, as I already mentioned, there's not really much of anything here. Just a little bit they cover, but my dues are only $75 a year. So that's very affordable. So if you're shy about being someplace where there's a homeowners association because of the dues, if it's only gonna be $75 a year, or sometimes they're a couple $100 a year, then it's not so bad. But then there's some associations where they're $75 or $100 a month, and then I even see them $750 or more a month. But often when they're that high, it's not unusual if there is a guard, a physical person at the gate 24/7, because you've got to pay that person, somebody to be there all the time. And then also a lot of times those are places where they have golf inside that community. So you're paying a premium for that as well. So again, every association charges something different. Number 3, every association enforces different rules. So this is a big one for a lot of people when they're thinking about buying in a community that's, called an HOA, homeowners association. There are going to be deed restrictions. There's going to be restrictions on what you can do. So some typical things that you're going to see that are really common are you can't park your car in the grass in the front yard. You've got to keep the yard maintained. You can't let the grass grow out of control. Maybe there could be a limit on how many pets you're allowed to have, like campers or boats. Maybe you can't keep them at the property unless you have it behind a gate. Same thing with a commercial work vehicle. They don't want those sitting out overnight. So, again, if you have it, maybe there's a way to put it on the side of the house behind a gate, that is often acceptable, but maybe not. So those are some of the really common ones. But then there's other rules that are going to be a little bit more strict. It could be that you need approval on house colors if you want to paint your house. You might need the board to approve plans if you want to extend your lanai or install a pool. They could even have limits on certain lawn ornaments, lawn decorations you want to have. So those are things you need to think about. Another big one are fences. What type of fence you can have and how tall they can be. We see those a lot now, especially with the new construction. That's always, something that people are asking about. Are those fences? Now, if the rules and wanting to know what those are really important to you, if there's certain aspects you need to know in advance, this is what I recommend. In the state of Florida, if somebody's buying a condo, it's Florida state law that the seller provides to the buyer a copy of the rules and regulations to review. And there's a review period. But that's not the case with homeowners associations, when you're buying a single family home. So if the rules are important, this is what I recommend. Either number 1, you request from the seller if they can provide a copy of those rules and regulations for you to review first. Or if time is of the essence, you could actually put that in the offer and make it conditional on the seller providing a copy of those rules and regulations. And then there's a short review period for you just to quick read those to make sure that they're satisfactory to you. So a 2-day, 3-day review period is something that maybe what would be palatable to a seller that they would accept. So that's what I recommend. If rules are important to you, let's try to get our hands on some of those rules and regulations first or as quickly as possible. And then number 4, every association is run differently. They're managed differently. Some associations are just run by a board of residents. They collect the dues, they take care of things if issues come up. If something needs to be fixed or repaired, that they're the ones that are going to take care of all that, get somebody out there to do it and pay them out of the account. But then a lot of associations do have a management company that helps with that. They're the ones that collect the dues and run a lot of the behind the scene things. Now there's still usually a board of residents that give input and help with all of that and give ideas and suggestions to make the neighborhood the best it can be. But there's that management company that's getting paid out of the HOA dues to help with that. So there's 2 ways that a HOA could be run. Okay, here's the bonus tip. If HOAs are not a good fit for you, then what you need to do is look for a home that does not have any deed restrictions. So there are no deed restrictions. That means you can do whatever you want with your house. You can park your car in the front, you can have your work vehicle, you can have a camper or boat there. You can paint your house crazy colors, whatever you want to do. It's your house. Now, of course, you still have to follow whatever the local ordinances are, like if you're in Sarasota County or the city of Sarasota or in Venice, you still have to pull permits. There's still setback lines. There's a few limitations, but otherwise, you can really do whatever you want with your property. So just to wrap this up, often when people tell me that they don't want to be in an HOA, the more I talk to them, often it's just 1 or 2 aspects that they might have an issue with. It's not everything about it. So if you let me know what's important to you, what you're looking for, or what you don't want to see, I might be able to help you find just the right neighborhood that's going to work for you and for your lifestyle. Not like you've learned, not all HOAs are super strict or have a lot of rules. Sometimes it's just nice to live in a place where there's a few rules just to keep things tidy, keep things a little consistent, and it really does actually help keep your property values up as well. So if you have some apprehension about HOAs, let me know and I'll help you out and talk you through it and see if they could be a fit or maybe not, and that's okay too. If you have any other questions about HOAs, put it in the comments below. I'd be happy to answer that. And you know, your question might be a help to somebody else. Maybe there's just something I forgot to mention in my video today. I do appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. Please subscribe to my channel. That means a lot to me. And always, please give me a call if you have any other questions. If there's something I can help you out with, something I can clarify for you, please, I am here to help. Thanks so much again for watching. Make it a great day.